We've had our YouTube channel now, it'll be 3 years this January. And over those almost 3 years now, you've seen a lot of change on the farm. You've seen us go from 5 chickens to now 50 layers and almost 200 meat birds a year. You've seen us go from completely newbie pig owners to, well, we're still pretty new, 3 years in, but we're learning a lot. There's been happy times.
Every time, Emma.
There's been some not so happy times. This doesn't ever get easy. And with every one of you guys watching, we recently hit a couple milestones that I didn't think were gonna happen on the channel. And that was 1 million views and 10,000 subscribers. So thank you to everyone at home.
What?
Nothing. Did you think your husband's little YouTube side project would ever get this big?
Yeah. Because I know you're really good at it.
So I wanted to make this video to say thank you to everyone that's watched the channel over the last 2.5 years and to let you know where we're going with the channel and the things that we're looking to do in the future. See, when we first started the channel, the goal of this whole thing was not to have tons of subscribers or followers and be internet famous. Not that we are right now at all. But we really just wanted to document the process of starting our small farm and raising our kid in a rural setting and show that to our friends and family that didn't live nearby and didn't necessarily understand what we were going for. And then really quickly we started getting questions like, how can I do that in my urban setting? How can I incorporate some of the things that you guys are doing into where we live? So I started putting together some loose how-to videos and you know, showing how things were done versus just documenting them and saying, this is what's going on. And then at some point other people started watching and the channel just kind of, it took on a life of its own. I started getting recognized at work and people started coming to me, people that I didn't know, and asking for help and asking if we could teach them what we were doing and how we got into it and that whole thing.
Where's the other one?
I don't know where to go, you gotta look. Yeah, a bunch of them. And I think at some point my passion that I had for teaching Emma, my daughter, and my friends and family all of this kind of stuff that we were learning as we went along, it ended up manifesting itself into also wanting to help teach as many other people as I could out in YouTube land, you guys. And the videos became less about me talking to friends and family and more about talking to all of you, which has been awesome. It's been really enjoyable to connect and virtually meet so many folks over the years of this channel. Just in the last year with the global pandemic having all of us cooped up and so many people out there wanting to learn to get back to the land, and the people that I've been able to talk to about starting gardens and raising animals, it's been a total savior for me to be able to connect with people out there instead of just being with myself and my thoughts all the time. And now with the channel passing these milestones and the world beginning to open back up, I wanted to share some of the new features that YouTube's opened up to us and how you can be a part of those and how they're kind of going to fit into the overall plan for the channel and the farm and how everything's coming together. As we've grown the channel over the years, I've always kind of struggled with how much to show you guys about homestead life. And I'm not referring to the general ups and downs of homestead life. You know, if an animal dies and showing you the emotion behind that, that's not something I'm referring to in this regard. But when I talk about how much to show you, I mean the actual processes of taking an animal and going from a living creature to meat that's in your freezer. It should come as no surprise if you're into homesteading and farming that these sorts of things are pretty controversial on YouTube, and a channel showing them can run into issues with their monetization, which is one way we kind of keep the channel afloat, but also just the simple fact of being on YouTube. One feature that's new for us at 10,000 subscribers is the ability to have memberships where a viewer would pay a small fee month to month and they would have access to, you know, kind of behind the scenes information, extra videos that are just to them, members only live streams. And there's a lot of different features that come along with being a member. And I don't want to throw that out there and say, oh, we're going to move to a members only platform. I can't stress it enough that nothing is changing on the regular channel. We're still going to shoot for doing 2 videos a week, depending on life. And those are the bread and butter of what the channel's been about, is not going to change. But with the membership option comes a couple things where if I want to put up a chicken processing video now where I show you everything start to finish, I can provide that type of homesteading related educational content and not run into the typical issues that you would run into on YouTube. If it's educational, I can still show it, but because it's behind that membership door, it's something that is not subject to the same kind of regulation as a general video that I just throw out there. So here's what I'm thinking as far as the membership side of things go. I want to set up channel memberships, and I might do it right after this video. I might wait a little bit. I'll make an announcement on the community page about it. But I'd like to open up a very inexpensive membership for people who want to see more of what we're doing on the homestead from, you know, a kind of nitty-gritty standpoint. You know, processing pigs, processing chickens. Mainly processing is what it's going to be related to, because these are the things that YouTube typically has the most problem with for small farm content. You know, gardening, they don't care if we're picking green beans or something like that. But processing of animals and taking an animal's life, that's where you run into some issues. Obviously, you're signing up for that. I enjoy teaching, so I don't feel necessarily that... It's one of the new roosters. I don't feel that simply putting out that educational content, which I want to do anyway, is enough to justify charging you guys to watch stuff on the channel. So the other thing I'm going to look into doing is providing a quarterly gift to our channel members. And I want to keep that timely with things that are going on at the homestead through the year. So springtime, you know, maybe you'll get a bottle of maple syrup. Fall time, maybe you'll get a jar of pickles or canned goods that we made, jellies, jams, something like that. If it's summertime or something else, you know, something that we've created here on the homestead just for those YouTube channel members. If that's something you'd be interested in, leave it in the comments down below, because I'd like to kind of hear your feedback on that. I don't want to just start charging, you know, a couple bucks a month for people to sign on and not get anything of value in return. The other thing I want to do is I want to begin offering more on homestead classes. I'm actually attending a charcuterie intensive this weekend. It's going to be a 2-day course, and it's taught by Meredith Lee. I'll be documenting it for videos next week. But that's the kind of thing that I want to bring to the table more frequently, is getting people involved in homesteading. Because you can watch a video on chicken processing and you can learn a good bit, but until you've actually got a chicken in front of you and a knife in your hand, that sort of thing is not going to, it's not going to become natural. You're not going to have the muscle memory. So I want to start doing more classes here on the homestead. And to that end, on October 2nd this year, we are offering our first class right here on the homestead for chicken processing. The workshop's going to be held right here on the homestead. It's going to be up to 10 people. And the whole idea is that it's going to be hands-on all day with chickens that we've raised from running around our front yard, which aka pasture, to having finished birds at the end of the class. And at the end of the day, each participant is going to go home with a chicken that they processed start to finish. That chicken is going to be color-coded with their name, and they will have done everything on that chicken from the initial slaughter and bleeding all the way up to the packaging of that chicken at the end of the class. And again, as the world opens up and people become more involved with one another in person versus this online presence, I don't want to have the Mindful Homestead be just the online part that you guys see. I want it to be an in-person, learning center, if you will. Not anything huge, we're in the future. I'd like to branch out and have more offerings and be able to bring in other professionals that can teach courses as well. But for now, I do want to start small. But this is kind of the scope of the channel and where we're going. I want to keep it moving in an educational way. I can keep doing vlogs and, keep just telling you about our daily life. Oh, this is what we did today, and this is the potatoes we planted, and this is the green beans we harvested. But I want to give you guys something of value, and especially on the membership side of things, if you're going to be supporting us, with a small monthly commitment financially, I want to be able to provide something back to you guys. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Jackie and Emma went inside. They're having breakfast. I'm going to hop in and join them because family is important, obviously. But I just wanted to give everyone kind of an update on where we're at, where we're going, and to say thank you for all your support over the years that we've been doing this. I hope to have you guys with us for many more years. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.